Hello Zoe, hello Sarah and Joelle. This is Nonna Jan and this is Nonna Jan's storytelling corner. So come up close and listen to me telling you a story from Australia. Today, this story is called Aussie Kids Meet Zoe and Zac at the Zoo. And this is the start of the story. Hi! It's a postcard from Zoe and Zac. Hi, we're Zoe and Zac, and we're twins. Well, we're not really twins, but almost. You see, we were born on the same day, in the same hospital in a town called Dubbo in Australia. Our mums were in beds side by side. Now we live next door to each other inside the zoo. Zac and I are super lucky. There's always something exciting happening, especially today. We hope you can come and visit us. It will be the best adventure ever. And the postcard is signed by Zoe, a little girl with blonde hair, and her best twin buddy called Zac, who's a little dark boy. Okay, so we move on to chapter 1. Chapter 1 has a big elephant. No, it's not. It's a wombat. Now you'll have to ask Mummy and Daddy, what is a wombat? It's an animal that lives in Australia. It's a kind of a koala bear, but he doesn't live in the trees. He lives on the ground. So chapter 1's got this wombat picture, and this chapter is called A Super Special Saturday. Zoe was the luckiest girl in the world. She lived at the zoo. Her house was in a row of 6 cottages for zoo workers and their families. It was hidden away behind a belt of trees. Her best friend, Zac, lived next door. Wild animals like kangaroos, koalas and emus visited their gardens to feed. From the kitchen window, Zoe could spy giraffes and zebras strolling across the plain. She could even hear the roar of lions and the trumpeting of elephants. That's a nice window to have, isn't it? Zoe loved her home. "Good morning," cried Zoe. "Good morning, sweetie," said Mum. She hugged Zoe. Her stepdad, James, was cooking. They're in the kitchen. It's breakfast time. "I thought you'd need a big breakfast today," said James. He scooped a pile of scrambled eggs onto some warm toast. Yum. "Ready for a busy day?" asked Mum. "Oh, yes," said Zoe. "I can't wait." Zoe was super excited about her 7th birthday treat. 7, just like you, Sarah. Today, Mum was taking her to help at the zoo. Zoe was wearing her junior zookeeper's uniform. She had old brown shorts, a green shirt, Mum's old zookeeper cap, and her sturdy boots. She's all set to go. Her backpack was filled with everything she might need for a day of zookeeping. I wonder what might be in the backpack. Best of all, Zoe's almost twin, Zac, was coming too. It was his birthday treat as well. On Wednesday, Zoe and Zac had both turned 7. Mum said they were finally old enough to help her with the animals. Zoe was ready to go. She gulped her breakfast. Just then, Zac peered around the back door with his mum. "Hi, Zac," called Zoe. "Hi, Marlene. Come in." Zoe laughed. "Let's go," said Mum. "We have lots more hungry animals to feed." Zoe and Zac jumped up. What amazing animals would they look after today? I wonder. Now, Chapter 2. Amali. I wonder who Amali is. I can see a picture of a lovely lioness. That must be Amali, I think. Let's see. The sun shone out of a clear sky. The warm breeze smelled of gum trees and dried grass. Mum drove the jeep with the animal food in the back. Lots of visitors rode past on bicycles. There they are in the jeep. "I can't wait to feed the giraffes and cuddle the meerkats," said Zoe. "I can't wait to feed the elephants and cuddle the lions," said Zac. "We won't be cuddling any lions today," said Mum, "or you might be their dinner." Zac gulped. Zoe giggled. Mum laughed. First stop was the lions. Here they are at the lion cage. They lived in a large enclosure like the African plains. Mum had an esky box full of meat. That's like a frigo portatile, a portable refrigerator. An esky was full of meat. The father lion roared, "Roar!" Zoe covered her ears. "Coming, Zulu," said Mum. "Be patient." Zulu must be the name of the lion. 6 young lions charged for their breakfast, but the mother lioness turned away. She growled and stalked off towards the trees. "Amali's not hungry," said Zac. "Lions are always hungry," said Zoe. "That's strange," said Mum. "Maybe she'll come soon." Mum fed the lions through a special chute in the safety fence. They growled and snarled. "Can I give them some meat?" begged Zac. "Please." Mum nodded with a smile. "Well, for a birthday treat. Come and stand right next to me." Zac put a chunk of meat in the chute and closed the hatch. The chunk plopped down on the other side. 2 young lions raced towards the fence. They grabbed the meat and they pulled it like playing a game of tug of war. Zulu roared again. Zac could feel the hot lion breath on his face. "Amali still hasn't come," said Zoe. Mum looked around. "Maybe she's scared of Zulu," said Zac. "He's fierce." "We'll come back later and check on her," said Mum. "We've lots to do." So here we have Chapter 3, when there's a funny little animal called a meerkat. Now, a meerkat looks a bit like a pussycat, but he's a bit different. We'll have to look at a picture of a meerkat and find out what he looks like. They're funny animals. The next stop was where the giraffes, eland and zebras roamed. Mum carried a bale of hay. Zac and Zoe carried another. They climbed up onto the viewing platform to feed the animals. There they are. Nala, one of the giraffes, galloped over, followed by her calf. Kanzi butted his mother with his head, then tripped over his own skinny legs. "Kanzi's so clumsy," said Zac. pretending to be a goofy baby giraffe. Zoe giggled. "He's just a baby," she said. "He'll soon be as fast as his mum." Zoe scooped up a crunchy carrot for Nala. The giraffe curled out her long blue tongue and took the treat. Nala's knobbly tongue tickled Zoe's fingers. "Now for the meerkats," said Mum. "Stay close to me while we go inside." "Can we really go in?" asked Zoe. She'd never been inside with the meerkats before. The meerkats lived in a sandy enclosure. One was standing on a high rock, watching for danger. The meerkat's nose twitched. It hissed a warning. "Shh!" The meerkats crowded round, their noses twitching. "Walk slowly and calmly and sit on the log," said Mum. Zac and Zoe walked carefully inside. As a zookeeper's daughter, Zoe knew how to behave around animals. Zoe and Zac sat down. Mum handed them each a bowl filled with wriggly grubs. One meerkat climbed onto Zoe's lap. He gobbled a mouthful of grubs. Another climbed up Zac's arm. 3 babies were tumbling and rolling in the sand. The meerkat jumped from her lap onto Zoe's head. Zoe dropped the bowl in surprise, and grubs went flying. "Ah!" cried Zoe. 4 meerkats jumped onto Zoe's lap, scrambling for food. "Goodness me, looks like the meerkats want to cuddle you," joked Zac. "I've had enough of meerkats," said Zoe. "What's next?" And now we have chapter 4. And this chapter has a big elephant on it with a big long trunk. And the chapter is called Elephant Poo. Poo, Popo, poo. "Well, next we'll help Tom clean out the elephant barn," said Mum. "It's a huge mess." Mum pushed the wheelbarrow into the barn and Zoe and Zac carried shovels. Here they are standing in front of a great big heap of elephant poo. Smelly, with flies all around it. Tom, the elephant keeper, was scrubbing the water trough. "Whoa! 6 elephants make a lot of poo," said Zac. "About 70 kilos for each elephant," said Zoe. Zoe scooped up a big pile and threw it into the wheelbarrow. Zac scooped up another pile. It was hot, hard, stinky work. Through the open doorway, they could see the elephants paddling in the pond in the paddock next door. A baby elephant called Kai sprayed his brother with water. Tai, his brother, sprayed him back. Kai flopped in the water, trumpeting loudly. Tai dropped in the mud and rolled over in the mud. Zoe and Zac giggled. "Elephants love swimming and splashing," said Zoe. "Yes, they do." Tai put his trunk in the pond and sucked in water. He stretched out his trunk and blew. Water sprayed over the fence, soaking Zoe and Zac. Tai flapped his ears with delight. He looked like he was laughing. "Tai!" cried Zac. "Naughty elephant!" "I'm soaked," said Zoe, "and muddy." "Never mind," said Mum, "you'll dry." When the barn was clean, Zoe felt tired and dirty. Zoo work was not how she'd imagined it. But there was no time to rest. Mum wanted to check on Amali. Chapter 5. Where's the binoculars? Where's Amali? Zoe and Zac jumped out of the jeep and raced to the fence. Where's Amali? Said Zac. I can't see her, said Zoe. Zulu roared. Roar! Mum looked worried. Do you think she's escaped? Asked Zoe. Maybe she's hurt or sick. Zoe searched through his binoculars. Where could Amali be? We'd better take a closer look, said Mum. I'm sure she's just hiding. Do you mean go inside? Asked Zoe. Her heart thumped. With the lions? Chapter 6. Into the lion's den. We'll be safe in the jeep, said Mum. Mum wound up the windows. They drove through the safety gates and into the lion enclosure. Here's Zoe and Zac sitting in the back with their seatbelts on and the windows closed, and Zulu, the big lion's peering at them through the window. Zac checked left and right with his binoculars. Amali wasn't skulking in the rocks. She wasn't snoozing under a log. She wasn't even snooping among the trees. Zoe saw a tiny movement in the rushes by the waterhole. Was it the wind? Over there, said Zoe. Is that her? Zac checked. No, nothing, he said. There was another flicker. Wait, I can see ears. Mum drove over and parked the jeep. Nothing moved. Mum frowned. Zoe felt worried. Zac kept searching. Look, he said. He handed Zoe the binoculars. Zoe took a moment to find it. Then she saw something amazing. Chapter 7. Amali's surprise. The rushes had been flattened to make a nest. Lying there was Amali, and cuddled up to her side were two tiny lion cubs. They were still damp with their eyes tightly shut. They'd just been born. And Amali is licking them with her big tongue. Amali licked them gently. She's had babies, said Zoe. They're so cute, said Zac. I want to cuddle them. Mum peered through the binoculars. Those cubs weren't due for another week. Lions are endangered in the wild, so cubs born in zoos are very special, said Mum. She put down the binoculars. The work we do at the zoo is important. We protect lots of species so they don't become extinct. Zoe felt proud of her mum and the other zookeepers. We'd better tell the vet, said Mum. She'll want to check the babies. What are you going to call them? Asked Zac. I think our cubs need special names, Mum winked. I think we should call them Zoe and Zac, after two very special new zookeepers. Zoe and Zac grinned at each other. "This has been the best day ever," said Zac. "We're so lucky to live in a zoo." And here's a lion coming past. "Absolutely," said Zoe. "I wouldn't want to live anywhere else in the world." And the story finishes with Zoe and Zac blowing out the candles for 7 years old. Now that's the end of the story. But at the end of this book, there's some fun facts about animals that I can tell you. Let's talk about wombats first of all. Wombats sleep during the daytime. They come outside to eat grass and roots at night. That's what wombats are. Lions are large cats that live in groups called prides. The pride is headed by the main lioness. The male lions guard the cubs while the lionesses hunt. Lions are spent up to 21 hours a day napping. That means sleeping. Now, what about the meerkats? Meerkats have dark circles around their eyes to protect them from the sun. Meerkats look cute, but they can kill a python. Now, another animal is the giraffe. Giraffes are the tallest mammals on earth. Now, you can ask Mummy and Daddy what a mammal is, okay? Mammals, I think it means they suck their mother's milk like humans do. So mammals, giraffes are the tallest mammals, and each giraffe has its own unique spots. Giraffes only sleep for 5 to 30 minutes per day, usually standing up. Wow, Joelle, I think you must be related to a giraffe because you don't like sleeping lying down very much, do you? Okay, so that is the end of the story about Zoe and Zac at the zoo. Now, I hope you'll come back for more stories at Nonna Jan's Storybook Corner. Lots of love, kiddies. Nonna loves you. Ciao.